Hello, Farlanders. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. This is episode 828, and if all goes according to plan, the final episode of season 9. Because we're here. Wolfie's there. He's going to stay here, by the way, but we are here in a very luxurious hidey hole at the F3 area. Let's call it area. Well, there's the F3 block for season 9. We pressed F3 at the end of the Farlands or Bustiversary 11-year Nostalgia-Rama Fumble Towards Irrelevance 2022. We did that on March 28th. I don't know when this episode is coming out, because this recording is happening before we've started, obviously. This is the monument. We finished. This is before we built the monument, so what I'm going to do is record half this episode, show off the F3 number, and then we're going to build the monument live on stream, and then we'll come back when the monument is complete and cap on Captain America. The end of the season here. Well, let's get up there. You know, the thing that we noticed first about this area, if I may show it off, was Pumpkin Man. there's a man who is a pumpkin. It's a bit difficult to see from here. We gotta do this just in case you weren't watching the stream. There's a man. He's got arms. He's got legs. This is a stick figure man with a very tiny pumpkin head. And we're like, huh, that's weird. And then we investigated, and that whole area is pretty weird too. So we're gonna definitely check that out. I mean, we already checked it out, but that's what I said, is we're going to check that out, and then we decided this must be the place. It certainly isn't a place that has a waterfall that splits in half, and a bunch of cows riding those waterfalls into the ocean. It certainly isn't that place. It is. It is. It's the Justin man. That's exactly what it looks like. So yeah, I need to make a much easier way to get up to the F3 area, I feel. I think we've neglected to make this properly accessible. But here it is. I guess we don't need this bed anymore, because we slept in the bed downstairs, so... Shocking. Elevated hidey hole destroyed. But what we did also... Boy, I seem really combobulated. We did also record a bit, the bit, when we actually pressed F3 on the block. So I feel like I'm going to edit that in right now, and you can enjoy it along with me and everybody else who was watching at the time. If I am including this in the episode, then hello episode. We're about to press F3 live. We've chosen the spot. Our first desert-ish sort of area, sandy F3, making history. Who's ready? Is everybody ready? Feel like we have the viewers we're gonna have. We raised I almost said 100,000. $4,444.44 for Equality Texas, on top of, like, I think also the 4,400 we raised for RAD. Season 9. Press F3 on this block between the uprights. Touchdown. Who's ready? In 3, 2, 1. Ooh! That would have been a good thing to have bet on. Over or under 5.75 million. Because we are at 5,765,878, and even it could have been an odd. It could have been that block, but I chose this one. The streak continues. Only one odd ever have we had in F3. 5, 7, 6, 5, 8, 7, 8. That's further than I thought it would be. Is it not? What was the previous one? 4.8 million? So almost a million blocks. If only you guys had let me walk even further to find another F3 area, we would have walked a million blocks. There it is indeed. 50% of our memory is being used. Wolfie is number 12. Somebody's coming up here to smack us. Who's that? Neat. Very neat. 11 years on the 11-year anniversary of starting to walk to the farlands. Our X coordinate. Okay. I should have been walking left even more, I guess. We brought that from like 100,000 down to 24,663. Could have pushed it right here. Yeah, the next X is going to overshoot, definitely. Very cool indeed. 5, 7, 6, 5, 8, 7, 8. Rolls right off the tongue. Yeah, I felt like we made a lot of pace this year. I feel like we made a lot of pace. And that we did. That we did. That's right. Wasn't that amazing? The F3 after Season 9 is this number. The Z coordinates, 5,765,878 blocks from spawn. That means in Season 9 we walked 908,898 blocks. And we are 45.9% of the way to the farlands. All things that I might have already said in that clip that we just showed you that may or may not have covered all of these things, but I'm repeating myself just in case I haven't. We're also 24,663 blocks too far to the north. Which, what was the previous one? I have not been keeping track. I feel like the previous one was like 600 something, 60,000 blocks off or something. Or was it close to 100,000? Either way, didn't go left quite enough. We still need to lean left a little bit after this. But yeah, this is the new F3 block. Which means we need to build some sort of monument around it. Perhaps poor planning on my part. I did want to blast and smooth out this hill here, and I'm now realizing this is the hill inside which I've made the hidey hole. So maybe I should have put it over there or off to the side for safekeeping. But yeah, that is the new F3 number. And I believe also that means this has been the most progress made in a season of Farlands or Bust. As far as like for the time put into it. You know, other numbers that are very important. Donation numbers. In total, we raised $4,520 for Equality Texas, as of now, and $4,460 for Rise Above the Disorder. That means, overall, since the inception of in June 2011 of raising money for charity, we've raised $468,622. It was $407,000 for Child's Play, $38,500 for Direct Relief, $8,000 for the CDC Foundation, and then $5,500 for Equal Justice Initiative. So thank you, everybody who has donated and asked questions, giving me things to actually talk about and discuss during these streams and episodes, and for continuing to follow along on the journey. The other interesting stuff here I have from one Gardax gave some very granular statistics, but apparently per day of per day. Apparently we walked 2,681 blocks per day this season. As opposed to Season 8, we walked 1,903 blocks per day. Season 7 so far was the worst season. I think we can all agree, where we only walked 897 blocks per day. The only next closest one was Season 5, was 1,700 blocks per day. But yeah, in about a year, in a little over a year, I suppose. When did this season start? Oh, this season started at the end of April. Oh, I took a whole month off. Why am I not doing that now? I see. So in less than a year, we walked more than any of the previous seasons, some of which took 3 years or more. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. I tell you what, guys, this streaming thing is taking off. We do need to decide what we're building. I thought of like coming up with a plan and like a strategy, a layout, but we never do that. We always just fly by the seat of our pants. Last season's monument, I feel like, was not necessarily the best monument, but the biggest and the most pain to build, and it took a very, very, very long time. I'd like to rein that back a little bit this time around. The going concept is an ode to Wolfie, and I like that concept. These 2 blocks here are reminiscent of Wolfie ears. However, I feel like the mountain is very low. Right? Like it's very low to the ground. If we were to make the rest of Wolfie's face, he would be like resting his chin on the like ground here. So I think we need to like perhaps build up a little bit. I mentioned this to the girlfriend and she's like, you have to make it as big as you possibly can, just a gigantic Wolfie head. And I'm like, whoa, easy there. I don't think she fully understands how much a pain in the butt it is to build things in Minecraft. For me, someone who hates building things in Minecraft. So I feel like there needs to be a bit of a give and take. How big is your head, actually? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 blocks across. So if we double that, it'll be 12 across. Which still doesn't sound like much. This is going to have to take some artistic interpretation. But let's go to sleep. And maybe we'll kind of start the process before I take a break and actually start building for the stream here in this episode of Farlands or Bust. Let's go to sleep. And awakeness. Woof. Indeed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be the first time anybody has built a wolf in Minecraft. I'm sure people have made one. I'm actually quite positive, 100%, so that somebody made one on the Farlands patron server previously. Like a full body Wolfie. I don't think I want to make him out of wool, because there aren't that many sheep around. Stone is probably my best bet. I kind of want it to be like a stone, spooky stone sculpture. A stone, more like we carved Wolfie out of a mountain versus building him out of wool. We did have the idea, or I had the idea, that was somewhat poo-pooed by chat, to make a sphinx. Although I'm kind of glad we're not doing that, because having to do like the rest of the body out of sand or whatever it might have been would have been a bit of a chore as well. Let me just do a quick survey of the lands here. Speaking of Wolfie, I do need pigs, so I'm gonna do a murder over here if you don't mind. Here I go murdering again. Alright, that wasn't too great. The good thing about not walking is that, like, animals will respawn. Like, as we exit and load the game over and over again. Look at that daredevil tree pig. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna need a lot of stone. I'll probably have to smelt it. Yeah, as you see, suddenly sheeps. I'll have to smelt it into smooth stone. The thing we might need wool for is for the red and blue 3D glasses. That's probably what we'll need wool for. And I will need to venture out for some red flowers. And we'll have to venture down for some lapis lazuli. Let's take some quick measurements of the land upon which we are building. So I said Wolfie was 6 across? It's also not, he's not symmetrical. I mean, he's symmetrical in that a block is not in his center. So these as ears is not going to work. This is already going so well. I guess we can start by, like, kind of... It'll be better to get a good, like, straight view of this whole thing. I'm definitely gonna need to build some chests. Definitely. Gonna need more tools. And definitely just gonna need a plan. It's the starting is always the hardest part. So if he's 12 across... Well, dang, then the F3 block isn't going to be in the middle either. Unless... everybody. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. the terrain jitter makes this very difficult to count without the block selection. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's 12 across. That's pretty big. That's a large lad. This art sounds a lot like math, right? Well, I guess that's not as big as I thought it was. But that's probably a right size. That's probably a good size. I could elongate it 1. And then have, like, a perfectly centered on the F3 block. That might be good. He might end up looking a little bit derpy if he has, like, extra space in between his eyes. And then we could probably, like, maintain these weird sand waves that are here and have Wolfie, like, pretty well centered. This might work. It might not, but it also might. Where is my current hidey hole? Okay, it's pretty deep. Well, no, it's not deep at all. I thought it was down there. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna need to get bulldozed. Well, yeah. I just want to remove this all, just so he's constantly looking out over the west towards the western horizon. Huh. Aren't you sad if you're only watching this on YouTube that you missed out on the insert number of hours this is actually going to take on stream? Can the ears be spiky? I mean, they can be. But they can be whatever we want them to be. I'm probably going to default on, like, just copying the wolf model, because I have zero interest in being creative. Look at me. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this might work. Yeah, wait a minute. This might work after all. Because the wolf's nose does not follow the same block structure as his head. Aha! This was on purpose! Don't you know? Don't stop looking in the wall, you dingus. Come over here. It's like, stop. I'm embarrassed. Don't look at my face. Hey, Wolfie. 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 Dang it. There he is. Ah, okay. Right? Am I looking at this right? Yeah, the nose is only 3 blocks across. But it's not... Obviously, it couldn't be centered on something that's 6 blocks across. So we'll have to build based on the nose. He's like, what are you looking at? Okay. Alright, this might just work after all. Oh, maybe you should come out here. Oh, your health is fine. You don't need any treats. All right, now visualize. Put that mug up there. Will the nose have a door? Some of you are very interested in me making the Wolfie head the actual hidey hole. Sounds to me like that's overcomplicating things. So, like, the nose should probably be then 5 wide. Right? Yeah, well, it's a little small. It might be a little small for the nose, but it might have to do. We could always bring in the sides a little bit and then have the 3D glasses go outside and be like 3-dimensional as opposed to like a texture. That's always an option too. We got chickens laying eggs. It's pandemonium around here. Yeah, let's go back inside. This is where I'm going to leave the episode, watchers. And then you unlucky few watching on stream are gonna be stuck with me. Uh-oh, that's right, wolves can't walk through doors. Well, listen, how about you sit right there? Hey, since I'm gonna have to demolish this place anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna go to sleep, and I'll see you, episode watchers, when the monument is complete. And awakeness. And now we're ready to begin the build of the F3 monument for Season 9. So let's get started. And we're done. Boy, easiest monument yet. Am I right? Or am I right? The magic of editing. Yeah, we did it, everybody. We relocated our hidey hole, and we finished building an ode to Wolfie. And it only took 2 streams to do so, and about 3 distinctly separate emotional breakdowns. But here it is. Here it is, my YouTube watching friends. Is the likeness not uncanny? Amazing. We also discovered something amazing. Before I go show you what's all going on there, we discovered some new science, some new Farlander science to present at the next conference. Paintings. We've made paintings before. Not a big deal. Paintings are obviously entities because they don't adhere to the floating block. And much like signs, when you put a painting on the east-west facing wall, they blink in and out of existence. But we did discover that paintings placed on a wall that's facing west are broken. They only show a void of darkness. And to prove that, I will make it is repeatable and reproducible. I'm placing this on a west wall, and it is blankness and blackness. And now I'm placing it on a north wall, and it's fine. And an east wall, and it's fine, if not going in and out of existence. But yeah, only on the west does it cease to be. It's weird. It's not like the texture's like on the wrong side or anything. It's just... It's like when you place something above like the world build limit, it loses its texture or something. It's very strange. It's modern art. So, ooh, there we go. So yeah, we had some fun with that. So I just had to show that off and put it down for the official record on a Farlands or Bust episode. But yeah, let's explore. Oh, let's... Do we need... We decided... I think we decided. We have 1 lapis left. We went for like a hybrid. It was just going to be the Wolfie head, and then we decided the feet and beans were necessary, and this lovely bone texture in the front. So a bit of a sphinx, bit of not a sphinx. But then the gateway of the sphinx, much like in Tomb Raider, goes down, basically down to bedrock, where we did some branch mining. There's nothing down there to see. Except death. But we only have 1 lapis left after needing that lapis to make the blue eye. But then people suggested that for the block, for the F3 block, we should make a purple block. I don't know that we've ever made a purple anything in this game. So I'm going to use our last lapis. And now I have purple dye. There were some sheep out here. I don't know if they still remain. Animals spawn and despawn and respawn on a whim. Here's some. So we can at least dye this 1 sheep purple and shear the shorn. Not a pink sheep. Not a pink sheep. But close. Ah, now that's profit. Oh, and look at these guys who decided to spawn right behind me. How about it? Got him. Perfect. All right. These guys I'll leave. I'm still... We didn't know what to do with the rest of this wool. I think the biggest problem we had was trying to figure out the mouth. Like we couldn't get enough dark gray wool. And we couldn't make it because we didn't have any bones to mix with the black. But this is an elegant solution to just get some of the shading on the Wolfie mouth. Yes. Going up here now. The glasses and everything. We've made a fancy entrance right here. And now I can remove that block, which is the F3 block. Ooh, colorful. Now I have a lot more purple wool that I don't know what to do with. But yeah, then we're going to put down a chest, which is going to cover the purple wool. Okay. I think chests in the current version of the game don't cover the whole block that they sit on. So, in that case, I guess, if that's the way you want to face. And we're going to put a bone in there. People suggested a golden apple. I don't know about that. I mean, we still have time to think about that, but I don't know about a golden apple. Purple around it. Purple around it. Well, but the F3 block is the special block. I need it to stand out. I still have chat here with me, those of you watching the YouTube video, giving me terrible, terrible ideas. Yeah, this is the F3 block 5765878. So it needs to stand out more than just a random. And now I'm worried that like we'll be able to see this. And it's gonna look weird. I know what I should do. I'm smart. We're gonna hide the chest underneath. And also, we're gonna hide another purple block because we know it's there. And now this is where I find out that I can't place a block on top of a chest. Yep. It most certainly is. I can do it like this though. Haha! Alright, there we go. There we go. Now we gotta put the signs down. Ah, what's the I don't know what our traditional sign like formatting is. For the F3 monuments. I think it's the number, which is 5765878. Oh damn. I don't think that's right. I think this is wrong. Maybe it's not. The date we pressed it, which was March 28th, 2022. Yeah, I think it's Farlands or Blob Season 9. That's probably right. Let's make it fancy, shall we? Ooh, graphic design is my curse. We did it. Wait a minute. Is that a decimal or is that a comma? Did I mess that up? I might have messed that up. I gotta start all over. Dang it. Alright, F3 equals 5, comma 765, comma, I think it was a period, 878. March 28th, 2022, dash, space, blob, dash, space. Season 9. Yeah. Yeah, I fixed it. I fixed it, everybody. And then over here, woof. As you can plainly see, what I wrote down on that sign. No, woof! Because it's Wolfie. Get it? And he woofs. Neat. People really want me to get rid of that dirt right there, but I think it adds value and character. I need to get a screenshot of this. I mean, we're not leaving right now. This is just the end of Season 9. We've concluded it by making the F3 monument. And I appreciate everybody's support for both of the charities that we raised money for this season. For tuning in, for following along, all the streams, many streams, so many streamings. So much content and walking. And I hope you're looking forward to season the 10th. Wolfie certainly is. Now that he's been immortalized in stone. Wolfie. Wolfie. Hey, Wolfie. 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 We took so many pictures while we were building this. So yeah, I do appreciate it. Once again, Farlands or Bust. Season 9. In conclusion, episode 828. The Wolfie McWolfington Esquire Jr. the Third Monument for the F3 of March 28th, 2022. 11-year anniversary. I think that's all I have to say. Look at these weird, look at this weirdness. Isn't this weird? This is weird. Oh man, thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. The magic of editing.